Cold Band. Cold is an American rock band from Jacksonville, Florida, formed in 1986 by lead singer and guitarist Scooter Ward, guitarist Matt Loughran, bassist Jeremy Marshall, and drummer Sam McCandless. The band has since gone through numerous lineup changes, leaving Ward and McCandless as the remaining original members of the band. Cold has recorded 6 studio albums: Cold 1998, 13 Ways to Bleed on Stage 2000, Year of the Spider 2003, A Different Kind of Pain 2005, Superfiction 2011, and The Things We Can't Stop 2019. Within 2 gold albums, Cold has sold over 1 million records in the US alone. On November 17, 2006, it was announced on Myspace that, after a period of uncertainty since that February, the group had decided to disband. In July 2008, it was announced that the original lineup would reunite for a tour in early 2009. This became permanent, and the band released their 5th studio album, Superfiction, on July 19, 2011. The band released their 6th studio album, The Things We Can't Stop, on September 13, 2019. History. Early history: 1986–2000. Cold, who at the time were called Grundig, formed in 1986, with the line-up of Scooter Ward vocals, guitar Sam McCandless, drums Jeremy Marshall, bass, and Matt Loughran guitar at Fletcher High School in Neptune Beach, Florida. The band played their first gig in 1990 at a club called The Spray. In 1992, the band released an 8-song EP called Into Everything. Initially based in Jacksonville, they moved to Atlanta hoping to get a break in the industry. During this time, Matt Loughran left the band and was replaced by Sean Lay, who also left the group. Kelly Hayes then joined the band, and they all later returned to Florida. 3.5 years later, in 1995, Grundig broke up, and Ward moved back to Jacksonville, where he, McCandless, Kelly Hayes, and Pat Lally formed the band Diablo. Diablo would only last about 3 months. At the end of that 3-month period, Grundig reformed under the name Cold in 1996. Following Cold's progress in the Jacksonville scene was local Fred Durst. Impressed by what he had heard, he invited Ward to record 2 acoustic tracks, Check Please and Ugly. The 2 demos were passed on to producer Ross Robinson, who was also impressed by what he had heard, leading the recently renamed Cold to record their debut album titled Cold in 1997. It was released by the major label A&M Records in 1998, which folded a year later after being merged into Geffen/Interscope. That same year, the band released the Oddity EP. Its cover photo, taken by the wife of McCandless, depicts their pet tarantula named Wednesday crawling on the face of her doll. The band sought a signature element that fans could remember them by, and Wednesday served as the inspiration. McCandless gave a particularly favorable image of a spider to a friend and tattoo artist, who transformed it into what would become Cold's official logo. The drummer would later note, "Our music kind of creeps along like a spider." 13 Ways to Bleed on Stage 2000–2002. Geffen financed their 2nd album titled 13 Ways to Bleed on Stage, which was released on September 12, 2000. In 1999, before recording the album, the group recruited local guitarist Terry Balsamo, who briefly played for Limp Bizkit. With the new guitar addition, Ward was now able to focus more on singing and interacting with the crowd. 13 Ways to Bleed on Stage proved to be Cold's breakthrough album, with successful singles in End of the World and No One frequently played on hard rock radio, with No One hitting No. 17 on mainstream rock tracks and No. 13 on modern rock tracks, and the music video being put in heavy rotation on MTV2. The album included guest singer Aaron Louise from Stained on the songs Send in the Clowns and Bleed, and singer Sierra Swan from Doll's Head on No One and Witch. The song Just Got Wicked was also a surprise hit, being featured in the soundtrack to the game Jet Grind Radio and hitting No. 25 on mainstream rock tracks, which aided in the band's popularity. In April 2002, the band released Gone Away, a surprisingly moody ballad. The song first appeared on the WWF Tough Enough album and had a successful music video. Year of the Spider 2002-2004. With the success of 13 Ways to Bleed on stage, Geffen financed their third major album titled Year of the Spider, which was released on May 13, 2003. It was slated to release in October 2002, but was pushed back. The album has been to date the band's most commercially successful album, debuting at number 3 on the Billboard album charts, with over 101,000 copies of the album sold in its first week of release. Cold at All Music, the album's first single, Stupid Girl, has been the only Cold single to crack the Billboard Hot 100, peaking at number 87. Following the release of the album's second single, Suffocate, to radio stations, plans were set forth for a video. However, a music video was not made due to Geffen not giving approval. The stalemate with the label led to frustrations within the band, and in January 2004 Terry Balsamo departed, replacing Ben Moody in Evanescence. Balsamo was later replaced by ex-Darwin's Waiting Room guitarist Eddie Randini the following month. In April 2004, guitarist Kelly Hayes quit the band as well. A week later, Hayes officially confirmed his position as the guitarist in the Jacksonville hard rock outfit Allele, a move that had been in the works from the time Terry Balsamo left the band. The band made efforts to release another single, Wasted Years, from Year of the Spider. However, Geffen continued to not support the album any further. Subsequently, in mid-May 2004, the band asked to be released from the Geffen label. Around this time, Cold recorded the soundtrack for the video game Psy-Ops. The Mindgate Conspiracy, featuring the songs With My Mind, Came All the Way, B-side from Year of the Spider, Just Got Wicked, Chris Viorena remix, and Go Away, Chris Viorena, I Sock It remix, and embarked on a short tour with Sevendust in support of With My Mind, the single released from the CD. They also performed at E3 to promote the game. However, the song was never released on any of their albums. A Different Kind of Pain 2004-2006. By September 2004, the band had added former member Matt Loughran and was signed by Atlantic Records' Lava Records division, where they set about recording a new album. The album was to be produced by Elvis Basket and slated to be released in December 2004. However, Cold suffered another blow with Eddie Randini leaving the band on November 14, 2004. The new album was scheduled to be released in spring of 2005. Before releasing the album, Cold went back in the studio to record several more tracks. The album was originally to be titled And a Sad Song Lives On, but was later changed to The Calm That Killed the Storm, and the release date was moved to September 13, 2005. In June 2005, the band's official website noted yet another change to the new album's title, changing it to A Different Kind of Pain. Happens All the Time was the first single and video released. Just prior to shooting the video, the band added Las Vegas guitarist Mike Booth to the band. He would appear in the video and tour with them for a few months, being replaced later that fall by Florida native Zach Gilbert. The album debuted at number 26 on the Billboard albums charts with more than 36,000 copies sold. A Different Kind of Pain was the beginning of a significant departure from the more radio-friendly alternative metal sound that was featured in the prior two albums. The title track was released as the second single, but Atlantic did not fund another video. The majority of A Different Kind of Pain was written in Ward's sister's bedroom while she had a long battle with cancer, and is said to have been the root of the subject matter on the album. Other subjects include the end of his relationship to his fiancée/mother of his daughter, and the physical abuse of a 14-year-old girl by her own father, and also had an alcoholic mother, a theme echoed from each of the three previous albums. The album has sold over 160,000 copies in the U.S. On November 17, 2006, a Myspace post announced that Cold had decided to disband permanently. Ward announced that he and McCandless had started a side project called The Witch, later known as When November Falls and now known as The Killer and the Star. Shortly after forming, McCandless left the project. Reunion Superfiction 2008-2012. On July 25, 2008, a blog written by Ward on The Killer and the Star's Myspace confirmed both a B-sides/rarities release and a new Cold album featuring the original lineup. In January 2009, Cold officially announced the first dates of its reunion tour on the band's Myspace page. When the page was originally updated, the lineup consisted of Scooter Ward, Sam McCandless, Jeremy Marshall, Kelly Hayes, and Terry Balsamo. Hayes was replaced by Joe Bennett, who parted ways with Cold in July 2009 and has been replaced by former Cold guitarist Zach Gilbert. Terry Balsamo was briefly replaced by Michael Harris of Idiot Pilot, who also played bass in The Killer and the Star. After the first tour in the spring, the band went out on the road again later that summer. Cold confirmed on their site that the album had a release in mid-July 2011. Although initially dubbed the final album, Ward has said on Alternative Addiction that Cold will continue to record and tour after the fifth album comes out. The first official single from Superfiction was Wicked World. Superfiction was released on July 18, 2011 through 11/7 and debuted at number 37 on the Billboard 200 with 11,317 copies sold. The band had mentioned while touring that they would be including a live version of their song Snowblind as a hidden track on the new album, though many fans who have purchased the album noticed that there was no hidden track at all. Snowblind was released 8 years later as a track on their sixth album, The Things That We Can't Stop. The second single from the album, American Dream, was released on January 1, 2012. The music video for it was released through 11/7 official YouTube channel 2 weeks later. Cold, Live and Departure of Jeremy Marshall 2012-2016. In November 2012, Scooter Ward revealed via Facebook that Cold was going to record an acoustic album of fan favorites from the first 4 albums, B-sides, rarities, and 4 new songs in 2013. In April 2013, Ward reported that in addition to the acoustic record, a double live album was set to be recorded in May 2013 in Jacksonville. Since then, there was no news about the acoustic album, with the recording of the live album being pushed back. On February 7, 2014, Cold started an Indiegogo campaign for the recording of the double live album and DVD, initially titled Live in Orlando and later renamed to Cold Live. The campaign ended with 167% of the goal raised. On February 28, Cold played their first gig in almost 3 years in Central Florida Fair with Saliva. On April 28, 2014, the show date and location for the live DVD were announced July 12, Jacksonville Beach, Florida. The band also performed a gig as Grundig on July 11, 2014, and re-recorded the 6-track live set originally recorded at Fury's in 1996 with intentions to release the record digitally. On July 12, 2014, the band played and recorded a live concert at University of North Florida Theater of 27 songs in total, including special piano/acoustic performances of Black Sunday, Bleed, Cure My Tragedy, and Rain Song, and special guest appearances such as Damian Starkey of Burned Season/Puddle of Mudd. On November 11, 2014, the band announced via Facebook that Jeremy Marshall left Cold to pursue another band called Fall to June and was replaced by Lindsay Manfredi. On January 30, 2015, former band member Eddie Rendini died. After much delay, Cold Live, directed and edited by the band's guitarist Drew Malore, was independently released by the band on January 27, 2016 on DVD, Blu-ray, and a double CD via their official site. Lineup changes and the Things We Can't Stop 2016 present. On March 13, 2015, it was announced that Cold signed the deal with Napalm Records to release a new album and play a worldwide tour in 2016. According to a post on Cold's Facebook page on July 8, 2016, Terry Balsamo has returned to the band, and that they will begin recording their next album in August 2016. On January 1, 2017, Nick Coyle, former singer of Lifer, My Downfall, and the Drama Club, announced that he joined Cold as their new guitar player. It was later confirmed by the band. On January 11, 2017, Cold entered the studio to record the new album. On January 14, 2018, vocalist Scooter Ward posted an update through the band's Facebook post that the new album has undergone the final stages of production, and they will announce the album title, artwork, and release date by next month. He also announced new members Ethan York and Johnny Nova for their new lineup. Terry Balsamo and Sam McCandless would not be a part of the new album or tour to pursue other commitments. Sam is currently working on his new project, The Cocky Bitches. On June 27, 2019, Cold announced that The Things We Can't Stop, their first album in 8 years, would be released on September 13, 2019. The band later started their Broken Human tour to promote the album. During the tour, McCandless returned to the band, taking over York's position, and later rejoined the band full-time. The band also released music videos for Without You was released on September 18, 2019, followed by Run on December 19, 2019. Musical style and influences. Cold has been described as alternative rock, hard rock, new metal, alternative metal, and post-grunge. Their musical influences include The Cure, Depeche Mode, Black Sabbath. Band members. Current members: Scooter Ward, lead vocals, keyboards, rhythm guitar 1986-2006, 2009 present. Sam McCandless, drums, percussion 1986, 2006, 2009, 2015, 2019 present. Lindsay Manfredi, bass, backing vocals 2014 present. Nick Coyle, lead guitar, backing vocals 2017 present. Johnny Nova, rhythm guitar, backing vocals 2018 present. Former members. Timeline. Discography. Cold 1998. 13 Ways to Bleed on Stage 2000. Year of the Spider 2003. A Different Kind of Pain 2005. Superfiction 2011. The Things We Can't Stop 2019.